I just want to fix my hair because it's a very bad boy style.
Good. Bad boy style is good.
Bad boy style is good. Okay then.
Ooh, it's warm today.
Okay, here we go.
You know, the day like this, it's so hot, I feel like drinking mojito. Mojito. Speaking of mojito,
Yes.
we have been riding our electric scooter for the past 2 years, and we would like to give you guys our thoughts on it. If it was good, do we recommend this? What's pros and cons? Yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah, okay, we talk about it. And do we spoil the alert before?
There's nothing to spoil.
Well, do we recommend it or do we don't recommend it?
Oh, you
Do
mean
we
like
spoil
that?
it?
Okay.
Do we spoil it? Yes, we recommend it.
Yes, we recommend it. Why did we choose our scooter?
Because of style.
Style.
Style. Number one was style. When we were looking for scooters, there was not so many around in the first place. I mean, there's a couple, there was like 4 or 5, I think, different ones, but they all look very futuristic. They try to make it, I think, you know, the design of many of the other scooters, they're a little bit like LED lights here, sharp edges and that kind of stuff. Some of them were simpler. They were like very basic scooters, like just metal frame and some plastic pieces or something like that. And we were looking something stylish, right? For example, for me, I like Vespas. I think Vespas are timeless. That's why we think we chose that one.
You know, one time we were thinking about getting Blue Shark. Was it Shark Blue? Blue Shark? One of those.
Something with sharks, something blue, yeah.
Okay, something
like
blue,
this.
something shark. We were thinking about getting one, then the design was too simple.
Okay, number one was the design. The
Yeah.
design, it still looks great. It doesn't look old. I mean, it doesn't get old because it has this timeless design. I think even after a couple of years, it looks good because it fits in many different places, right? I mean, you can wear casual clothes and you can ride it. You can actually wear something good and you can also ride it, right? It
You
has
can wear
this timeless. Oh, you can wear suit, you see? And number two of the decision, we checked all the batteries, right? We checked all the battery capacities of all the other scooters, which means their range. Because our scooter as well, we can put 2 batteries in, right? We have the one battery version, which was longer range than many of the other scooters with one battery. This one has a bigger battery already, like the one battery is already bigger than many of the other scooters. So there was a big plus point as well, because you can actually get this one cheaper and you have a better range than some of the other ones which you need to spend for the 2 battery version, which gonna be better, but not much better, but much more money for it, if that makes sense.
When it's fully charged, we can drive up to 100 kilometers. That's how they advertise, and I think it is correct.
Actually, it's pretty much spot on. If you actually floor it, like it really drive crazy and fast and, you know, everywhere, it goes down faster. But that's normal, right? Like every company, they show you that numbers in the perfect scenario, right? If you drive slowly, flat roads, all that kind of stuff, then it's like perfect. But I have to say, they actually didn't over advertise or something.
Yeah.
It goes 100 kilometers,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So from that side, it's good. And now we have it 2 years, and actually the battery didn't go down that much as well. So I think when it was new, it's like, yeah, you can say you go 100 kilometer. Now I would say it's maybe 95. So it's actually not too bad. How much the battery goes down? Well, there was another big plus why we bought this one over other ones.
Yeah, when we drove to Seoul from Suwon.
Oh yeah, we did. We drove to Seoul.
We did, I think, 2 or 3 times, I remember, to Seoul. It was about 40 kilometers and we used only 33% of battery. And I was really surprised at the time because like, wow, you know, it doesn't use that much battery.
Our bum hurt it more than, you know, we lost more on our bum battery than
Bum
the
battery?
actual. Yeah, well, it took like what? The first time we drove to Seoul, it was like 2 hours or something.
Well, that's only because we went to the wrong way.
We went the wrong way and it was the first time. We didn't know the directions, right? So it took a little bit longer. But again, it was 40 kilometer, kindish 40% battery, right? So there you go.
We could actually be there earlier, but in Korea, you're not allowed to drive 2-wheel vehicles on motorway.
I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah.
Big downside, seriously.
Yeah, so we had to drive on normal road. That's why it took 2 hours as well. But the second time when we drove, it took only 1.5 hours. Only 33%
Improvement.
of battery. That's amazing.
What else you have there? What other questions you have?
Features you found impressive at first.
Features impressive at first.
Looks like there's nothing.
There is no... Okay, here's the thing. I think, okay, there is something
Stop
because
okaying.
Okay, when we were looking for a scooter, we wanted to have a scooter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but like a simple thing. A scooter is not really high-techy, right? It's not really so much stuff. You can't really listen to Bluetooth on there, you know what I mean? To your radio or something like this. Scooters usually don't have that kind of stuff. I don't really think you need that much, and that scooter doesn't have it. So I think it's a good thing because you don't actually pay anything extra for something that you actually don't need. It has, you know, indicators, it has brakes. I mean, just a very basic thing and no other buttons extra, right?
Unnecessary buttons.
Unnecessary stuff that you really don't need. It doesn't really have anything, but it's okay. I'm fine with it because I guess it makes the scooter a little bit cheaper and you don't really need anything else. But that said, when you buy that scooter in Europe, it comes with an app. In Korea, it does not come with the app. When I checked it online, the app just gives you a little bit of like battery health, how many kilometers you drove, which everything you can see on the display as well. You just need to press the button more often instead of seeing it on the app. So how many times you do this actually? Right?
So far there's
So
nothing really
initial
impressive.
feature, no.
No, I was asking what you found impressive.
That's what I say, like nothing impressive besides the battery. Like I said, the battery was bigger than others. There was a big plus. And actually, there's another thing. One battery was bigger than many of the competitors, plus there's still storage.
Oh,
because
yeah.
some of the other ones, their body is like a little bit smaller and they put a battery in and you can maybe put a second battery in, but even if you put only one battery, there was no other storage, just even for the helmet. Many of you guys probably know that most scooters, like you open the seat, right? And you put your helmet in there. Yeah, we still can do this with a battery in there, which the other ones couldn't.
Yeah.
There was many of the scooters,
That's
battery
really,
in, that's it.
Like we have to carry 2 helmets, right?
Yeah.
Yours we can put in a top box, but the top box, that one is quite small because we thought proportion-wise, this size looked better. We really liked it because it matched with our scooter body, you know, so that one's good, but it's just a little bit small.
Surprisingly, not many white top boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really, it's not a thing.
Everything was black.
Whatever you want. Size, shape, whatever you want, black, that's your color. If you want something else, yeah, no, not so much.
So yeah, storage capacity is great.
It's a basic. Without the top box, it's already better than, a little bit better than others. So there you go. Next question.
Speed and acceleration. Speed and acceleration.
Speed, it goes up to, we just added this one, I forgot actually.
I believe it's up to 100K.
I want to say 100K as well. I'm not sure now in my head because we never drive 100K, so we're not even legally allowed to. So, yeah, acceleration, I think it's great. It's more than enough. I mean, we're faster than petrol scooter, so that's something. Many times delivery guys, you know, they're on the petrol scooter, on the quite big ones. They have like 125cc, sometimes even bigger. They're quite fast, right? They're quite strong. And yet we keep up with them or we accelerate faster with 2 people on the scooter, right? So
true.
I think it's fine. It's more than enough. I mean, it's not meant to be driven crazy or anything like this, but because it's electric, it has more than enough power to get off of a green light and to like overtake somebody while you're driving as well. Because
You overtake a lot.
Yeah, I know, because I can, right? There's instant power. You know, so when you floor it, actually it goes. Like I said, most of the time we drive actually together. So it's 2 people on the scooter and yet it still has power to overtake cars. So for the city, awesome. I can't say anything for, you know, if you use it on the motorway, if you use it like in Europe, right? And you can use it on the motorway or like a country road or something like this where you can drive faster. I can't speak for that. But here in the city, most useful, I would say, right? It's like, it's awesome. I think there's no problem whatsoever.
Okay, next question. Let me sip the coffee. Oh. Range versus advertised range, which said that comfort during long rides. Oh, yes.
Comfort during long rides. Okay, I would not recommend it for daily 2-hour drives, like that kind of stuff. the seat is a little bit firmer, I would say, you know.
Oh, by the way, the new Mojito came out, 2025 version. They said the seat is a little bit softer than the previous one. Ours is quite firm, yeah.
I don't know your popometer, if you know.
What's popometer?
You know, popometer. You know, you feel everything, right? With popometer, if you're sensitive to that kind of stuff, I think it is a little bit on the firmer side. For long distance, I would not recommend it. I think for short, it's totally fine. You know, I think there's one of those things as well where you can argue if it's better, softer or harder. But I think because it's harder, it stays longer. I mean, the shape maybe stays longer. It doesn't look used. I mean, it still looks.
Well, our scooter is parked just over there. It looks great. I mean, it's not.
It looks like same like we got it.
Yeah.
And just after, by the way, over 7,000 kilometers, 7,300, something like that.
Yeah.
It still looks like new, that seat. And I guess it's because it's a little bit firmer. So yeah.
And the next one is brakes, suspension, handling.
Handling is okay. I have no complaints. It's not a motorbike, same thing again, right? It's not a motorbike, it's not like driving it crazy and like, you know, leaning into the corner and that kind of stuff, but it's fast. I mean, I have no problem left, right, you know, going tight corners somewhere in the city, small alleyways, you know, where it's a little bit more tight or something like this, all fine. Driving, same thing. Left, right, nice, it leans a little bit, it's okay. Suspension-wise, I think maybe because it's an electric scooter and maybe it's a little bit heavier, I assume it's a little bit more on the firmer side. Like you feel bumps. It's not as smooth. When I had my motorbike, which, okay, the motorbike is way heavier as well and has better suspension, I guess, it was more smoother, right? You don't feel the bumps as much. But, you know, the tires are bigger, the tires are thicker, the suspension is better. This one doesn't have that. That said, I drove other scooters, petrol scooters, they're a little bit more on the softer side as well. So that one is a bit harder. So you feel the bumps, especially the sharp ones. That one you feel quite hard, right? So from that side, I would say, yeah, it's more on the firmer side. Suspension, brakes. Brakes are good. Brakes are grippy. They are strong. We changed them once. I swapped them myself, by the way. Yeah. It's very easy to do. Yeah. It's basically just two screw and get them out, get them in. It's very easy to do. Both front and back, very easy to do.
But we only changed the back.
At the moment, it's just at the back. The front is still okay. You have quite nice travel to it because they are manual, right? They're not electronic or anything like this or supported in any way. There's no ABS or that kind of stuff. Because of this, you can feel them nicely. You feel how much pressure you apply and you feel the tire. It's actually, I like the brakes.
Since it's an electric scooter, it's very quiet. So it doesn't really bother people when we go around neighborhood, but also at the same time, it doesn't alarm people who's crossing the road or walking and wearing earpod.
Many times I honk a lot actually.
Yeah.
I honk a lot just to warn people because many cars actually have that feature where you drive and you hear some kind of noise, either a sound, some fake engine noise or that kind of stuff. I can't speak to other scooters if they have similar thing. Our scooter does have nothing. And it's quiet. It is really quiet. You hear the engine a little bit, the motor a little bit going, but it's very tiny little sound and people actually don't hear it. That said, it's good for a neighborhood. When you're in a quiet neighborhood, you know, when you need early in the morning, right? When you leave the house early in the morning, you don't want to wake anyone up. Perfect. It's awesome. It's really nice. Because of this, actually, I feel like we can go away with some places. Some cars are not allowed. They're usually fine with an electric scooter. They don't mind, so that's fine. But on the other hand, a lot of people cross the road without looking. So I found myself honk a lot to warn people, right, that hey, I'm behind you.
Sometimes they don't hear it.
So that quietness, I would say, is a double-edged sword, right? It's good in one thing. Sometimes it can be a little bit, there's a problem with this, right? But this is not the fault of the scooter itself. So if you want a quiet scooter, well, it is quiet.
Low maintenance.
Low maintenance. Is it low maintenance? Well,
yeah.
I guess, yeah, like every other EV, no oil to change, there's no chain or belt to change. Just a normal servicing, right, which they just check if everything is okay. But other than this, it's like usually brakes, which, you know, meant to be replaced, right? We didn't have any problems and there's nothing you really need to take care of. Yeah, it is. Low maintenance.
And the next one is saves time and money. Saves time for sure because, well, everywhere in the world have same problem. car parks, especially on weekends. It's hard to find car parks in the mall, on the street. For us, we don't really have much problem.
Okay, that's also not particular to this scooter, right? It's just great to have a scooter in the city, right? So this is another thing. Many times people actually totally fine when we park in front of a cafe or a restaurant because it looks cool. We have a quite stylish scooter
And quiet.
And quiet, and it looks kind of nice. Okay, it's not the same thing, don't get me wrong, but it's the same thing if you have a nice Harley. You know, when you have a nice Harley, like a nice
Are you
bike.
comparing our electric scooter to Harley?
I said the same principle, you know, the same kind of thing. You know, when you have a really cool bike, the one that, like, you know, maintained nice, maybe pimped out a little bit, like cool, right? And then you're like, hey, you park this right in front, right? To like, hey, show off that thing, right? Usually it's fine. No one ever told us off or anything like this. And it's like, oh, usually we get compliments, right? They're like, hey, that's a cool scooter, and it's fine. So it's actually kind of nice to park right where you want to go, right? You park right in front of the restaurant, it's fine, right? And by the way, scooters, you don't have to pay for car parks. That's another thing, right?
Yeah. And these days, many malls have designated area for motorbikes.
Usually, like, not far from the like entrance.
Yeah.
For some reason, yeah. Like,
Yeah. So that also saves time.
But I think it saves also time just in general. Kind of faster on the scooter in a way than with
Because
a
you
car.
overtake a lot.
Okay, that's true. I overtake a lot, that's true, but it's not what I meant. It's just that easiness of how you get on and off on a motorbike as well for that reason, right? Like, you don't actually park, you just arrive. That's
So
all.
it definitely saves time.
Saves
and
time
money.
and money for, yeah.
Because since the fuel price is quite high, we don't actually follow how
Yeah,
much it is now.
We only know that it's
High.
significantly higher than electricity, right? So from that side, it's already cheaper. Plus, you know, all the other stuff that you save, like when you don't have to pay for parking or something like this, right? So we spend it on latte. We save and spend it on latte.
Little bit. That's something.
That's something.
What's the downside of having our scooter?
Nothing. Nothing. Full
Really?
stop. I can't think of
Nothing?
a single thing that annoys me or that, like, I wish it was better or something. Can't think of a single thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a very basic scooter. So if you like that or you don't like that,
It's perfect for going from A to B.
yeah. Oh no, there's one downside. There's one little bit of flaw, I would say. There's this display, right? Okay, there's the big display. There's no clock. It's really weird. I have never seen everywhere else there's a clock, right?
Yeah.
There is no clock. There's a big display. It shows the speed
Yeah.
quite big and your kilometers and stuff
And
like this, and your
battery
battery like this,
life,
obviously.
yeah.
Which everything is kind of small except the speed is bigger. But then there is a lot of empty space, I would say.
And they could put the time there,
Put
but-
the clock there, which there isn't, right? So we pimped it a little bit and bought a LCD clock, and then we just glued it to the side.
It's
It solves
useful.
the problem. Yeah, it solves the problem. I would say this is the only flaw in a way.
What about that you little bit complained about in the beginning? When you drive downhill, it doesn't recharge.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Because it's so simple, it's basically just stop and go. There's no high electronics or anything like this. There is no regen. Down the hill, recharging your battery, that kind of stuff, nothing at all. I'm a little bit surprised that there is nothing. I guess it was a cost-saving measure, I
think
guess,
so.
to make it a little bit cheaper, I could imagine.
When I asked the guy, I called the customer service and I asked them, and they said, "It should?" Question mark. I said it doesn't, and then they're like, "Oh, not really sure about it."
Yeah. Turns
And-
out
yeah.
it doesn't have. Yeah. Did we need it? We never struggled actually with battery, right? We never run out of battery. We never had that problem. So I can't really tell if it would be beneficial to us or something like this, right? If you count this as a minus, then there would be a minus.
Other than that, it's perfect. I will never gonna sell this.
Okay.
This scooter is with us forever.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I can't really find something else to replace it.
So-
I think I will keep it for forever.
So if you go back 2 years, would you buy it again?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think me too.
Yeah.
I would say yes, me too.
No question.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe if there is Mojito 5, Maybe I will consider buy in the
5.
future. That's the first one, right?
That's the first one.
First one, yeah.
Well, there is not really a version 2. There's just they
Little
changed
bit.
the seat,
Yeah.
not even the lights or anything, the side or anything like this. Yeah, they changed. I think there's more colors. I think white and brown seat still classy, right? Timeless.
So if you guys are watching this and still thinking, oh, should I get Mojito or not? Get it. You will not regret it.
Yeah, Mojito.
Mojito.
We go.
We go.
We go.
Go.
Where did the time go?
It's rolling, yeah?
How do we